Hello everyone, greetings wherever you are. My name's Ajebe Nnoko, the Executive President, CEO, and co-founder of the NGO Ajebe, that is based in Africa with offices in Cameroon and Ghana, and starting another office in the United States. Ajebe is a non-governmental organization that has been existing since 2006. And over the years, we have been working on natural resource management and community well-being. And our actions have been focused more with, have been focused on community orientation, getting communities very much active in the field of natural resource management and making sure that their well-being is being taken care of in the process of managing these resources. Because without the resources, life becomes unbearable to them. Natural resource management, we use approaches which are nature-friendly, nature-positive, and that relates directly to the day-to-day activities of the community people. So, our approaches to work leads to capacity building skills and knowledge of the community people, taking into consideration their indigenous knowledge, because we know we are not all-knowing experts. We are mere committed participants and facilitators to these processes. Now we try to bring technology into and blend it to the natural and indigenous knowledge which has been existing in this with the community people time memorial before technology came into being. So we try to blend nature with local knowledge. As such, we do a lot of capacity building, making sure that the people's knowledge are enhanced. We try to also make sure that their livelihood activities are not just alternatives to their well-being. Rather, we work towards improving and adding value to the activities that the community people are carrying out. We may sometimes introduce other income generating activities that will blend with what they are already cultivating or carrying out as activities. With such, we try as much as possible to build also aspect of communication, not just only their capacity, but making sure that there is informed decision making based on activities that we carry out, especially when we are conducting community analysis, when we are doing activities such as community-based leadership. We are doing activities such as community land use mapping and planning. So in all of this, we look at the psychology, the sociology, and the social welfare, taking into account these activities. So we look at, in all of these activities, make sure that the income of the people are also improved. So their income activities do not also only improve, but we make sure that they also effectively use the income that they generate from the activities that we support them. So that is why economic of community development is a very, very important aspect in our activity. But in all of this, we make sure that they also participate in decision making. So communities participate in decision making locally and also at policy level. That is why we accompany the councils in the development of their communal development plans. And these councils are run by councillors who are also community people. And these community people represent their villages. So they are part of the decision making of the councils who come together and make decisions that is taken up to national policymakers through their elected mayor. So they also contribute in policy and changes, which try to enhance their sustainable way of life. So as such, Ajeshi's activities are now focused in the areas of land and seascape restoration and management, carbon monitoring, RED promotion, community participatory mapping, conservation and community development, carrying out awareness campaigns, capacity building, humanitarian support, independent monitoring of forest resources, carrying out advocacy actions to defend community rights, taking into account aspects of youth, women, men, and children, and also the physically challenged persons. So all of this we carry out and make sure that the community people are effectively represented in the social space. So as such, our community well-being activities are focused on agroforestry activities, agroecological activities, regenerative agriculture, agricultural soil quality enrichment, that is looking at aspect of biochar, regenerative process, improving production, processing, and marketing using the value chain development approaches, and promoting agro-livestock enterprise development. With this, we put it together and make sure that, like I earlier said, the income of the people needs to be effectively managed by themselves. So they keep records, and that is why we are promoting aspect of village banking, village community banking, to permit them effectively be capable of having loans to run their activities, be capable of investing, and be capable of making sure that they do not get into aspects where wholesalers or buyers come and deceive them. Because in most cases, especially in Africa, you have these merchants who come and give them advances for their cocoa or their coffee, and when it's time for selling, they sell at high interest rates, which is not at any point in time beneficial to the community people. So in a nutshell, they are working and satisfying instead the merchants. So we try to break this gap to make sure that the community people benefit from their activities. That is why we do all that we are doing in terms of capacity building, in terms of awareness raising, in terms of linkages. And that is why the marketing approach that we do, we make sure that we link them up to potential markets where the buyers see the producers as veritable capital to their business, and not just tools where they collect their goods to make their profits. So we try to build a win-win situation with farmers that leads to farmers benefiting and the business people also benefiting. But in all of this, making sure that the environment is effectively managed through conservation activities, through restoration activities, through watershed, because we make sure that we work with communities both on marine ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem, and wetlands. So this is actually the activities that we carry out to push and promote social science in the communities, and at the same time make sure that government also take informed decisions based on data that we collect, based on analysis that we do, based on information that comes from the local people, and equally the aspect of the indigenous knowledge. We try to promote indigenous knowledge as well as customs and traditions of the community people. We are now looking at aspect of protecting sacred sites, aspect of protecting traditional shrines, which all of that fall within the heritage, cultural heritage of the community people. And that is why we are creating key biodiversity areas that are culturally oriented. We are creating community forests or community conservancies that are community oriented and culturally binding, as well as making sure that government do not only talk about legitimacy, but recognize customary rights to land tenure. And that is why we do a lot of work on mapping, we do a lot of work of land use planning, and we do a lot of work on community well-being, making sure that nature and man are in harmony. On this, we are happy to share this with you, and you can go to our website where you can find more information on www.ajesh.org. Ajesh is AJESH.org, O-R-G. Thank you for your kind attention, and we look forward to collaborating with you. Thank you.